Celebrate!
Woo! All right.
I can't hear you guys.
Woo!
All right. So we have quite an exciting call this morning. We have our very own Carolyn, who's going to tell you guys how to look at yourself as Superman. So let's welcome Carolyn with a round of applause.
Woo! I love you, Yali, and Katana. You're awesome too. Like, you got everyone on the call. If you're on this call, you're obviously someone who wants to better yourself. And it might seem like a silly idea to say that I picture myself as Superman, but honestly, it's changed my life. I know that sounds funny, but it's changed my life. I work in Center City, and when I walk down the street to my job every morning, I picture myself literally on top of each skyscraper with a cape flying off my back. My hands are on my hips, and, like, people look at me because I'm so happy. Like, I'm smiling while I'm walking down the street. But that's where my focus has to be because, like, you know, nothing's holding me back right now. Like, it's just me and my little girl, and, like, I love what we talked about yesterday was focus, and I can choose to focus what I want to focus on in my life. Like, yesterday was such an important call for me because it made me focus on my little girl. Like, I was focusing on so much that, you know, my husband wasn't here anymore and that he left, and then I started to shift my focus onto, oh, my God, my sister's here, my daughter's here. I have all these people in my life, like you guys on the call, that fucking show up and you know, they're like, here, listen, we got your back. You can do this. Now step the fuck up, you know? I'm sorry, I might curse on this call. Like, I curse when I get nervous, so that's what's going to happen. And basically, my focus has been, as I've been literally just working on building my, this might sound strange, but my empire, my dreams. Like, I want to live every single goal, every single passion, every single dream. So what I do every morning when I wake up, I literally have to say, and this is what Tony says, like, everything that I got and everything that I'm going to say, like, I've gotten from Tony Robbins. And he said that when he was younger, he had to get over his poor attitude, like he had a poor mindset. So every morning he would wake up and he would say, God's wealth flows through into me in avalanches of abundance. All my wants, needs, and goals are met instantly by an infinite intelligence. For I'm one with God, and God is everything. And he said that to himself over and over and over again. I've memorized it. And since I've said that to myself, listen, it's only been 90 days since I've been like a Tony Robbins groupie. It's changed my life. It's changed my life and my mindset. And in the past 90 days since I went to UPW, I've got a new job paying me double what I was making. I've quit smoking. I got out of a toxic relationship. The only constant thing in my life has been change. And I think it's been drastic because I'm climbing. I'm either climbing or I'm sliding. So I'm running up the mountain. And, you know, I've literally cut off anyone in my life that doesn't make me feel like a superhero. How do people in your life make you feel? Like, because for me, I had to cut off a few friends that weren't making me feel like, you know, those people in our lives that are toxic, the people who complain a lot. And it doesn't mean we can't try to help them. But right now, I mean, I just need positivity around me. I can't have anyone pull me down. It's almost like the, you know, the crab effect. You have a bunch of crabs in a barrel, and none of them can get out because they keep pulling each other down, right? So for me, I had to say, you know what? I am Superwoman, and that's how I'm going to see myself from now on. I am a capable mom. I am a good woman, and I can get through today. And every morning when I wake up, like, this is what Tony has, anyone that works for him, it's an incantation that you say to yourself. And I will do it before I end, but it's amazing the words that it says. And basically what it says, I'll read it real quick. It's just, I can, I will, and I must. I must fulfill my destiny to live my life to my full potential, to constantly grow, improve, achieve, contribute, and love. I am the light in the dark. I do what must be done. I'm a force for good and a force for God. I'm a leader amongst men. I'm a God amongst kings. I will believe, not doubt. I am the belief. I'm unstoppable, unshakable, and unbeatable. I am strong. I will embrace and I will adapt. I will stand on my feet. I will never be beaten. I will never retreat. I will push and I will win. I am a champion, a master influencer. I am all heart, brain, bronze, and peace. Peace of mind that every day I selflessly give my soul, my strength, my truth, and my heart. All I leave on the battlefield because I am a gladiator. I am outstanding, and I am legendary. This is my legacy. I'm an author of the unforeseen. I am the future. I'm an entrepreneur, and I will risk it all to love, live, give, grow, approve, achieve, and learn. I now command my subconscious mind to harness the power within me to spread massive change to the end of the world and to the corners of the universe, to presently exist in all that there is as I am present with all that there is that exists in me, and to give me the power to transform now, the power that turns weaknesses into strength, fears into faith, wound into scars, hate into love, lies into truth, deafness into sound, blindness into sight, and darkness into light. The light now lies within my chest. This is the one I see, hear, and become now. I'm the master of my fate and the captain of my soul. Yes. But after you say that, I say that thank you. I say that every morning to myself. And, like, after you say that to yourself every single morning, you start to believe it. Something amazing starts to happen, because when I first said it out loud, I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not a champion. Like that little voice in your head, you know, that goes off that says you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you should procrastinate, that you're not going to be able to overcome it. You know, that little voice goes off and it says, you're not any of these things. But I kept saying it. Even though I didn't believe it, I kept saying it. And I would look at myself in the mirror and I would say it. And all of a sudden, like, something started to happen. Like, I started to believe it the other day. I started to believe that, like, I was a champion. I started to believe that I am Superwoman and that I do have this. And that, like, I don't know, this massive amount of faith just comes in when I say it. I can't explain it. But, like, I read a quote this morning before I got on the call, and I think it's appropriate here. I think someone else said it before. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And I love that quote because, right? Because, like, I'm little. Like, I'm just like this little thing. But I got so much fight in me. Like, I just got this massive amount of energy and love and just, I want to give. Like, I feel pain when I don't give my full self. And only when I'm at, like, a Tony Robbins event or when I'm on these calls do I feel like I'm there. I feel like my cup's getting full, if you will, you know? And, like, it's so important to talk to yourself in a positive light and to see yourself with a cape flying off your back, to see yourself conquering and achieving your dreams, achieving whatever you want to happen. You know, for me, I had to make sure I remembered that my past doesn't have to be my future unless I choose to live there. Right? That's a huge statement that, like, I had to break down, and that's a Tony Robbins thing, of course. And, you know, my past doesn't have to equal my future unless I live there. And I was listening to Tony last night, and he was talking about the empowering Dickin process. And, like he said, you know when you'll change? When you realize you look at the past and how painful it is, you look at the present and you see how painful it is, and instead of thinking the future is going to be better, you say, it's going to be painful in the future, I know it, I'm done, I'm out of here. And that's when the decision has been made. So, like, right now, if you think about something that you've been hesitating on, something that you really haven't been aligned with your heart, your gut, your mind, something that's had you confused, maybe a toxic relationship, maybe, who knows, maybe working out every day, anything that's had you, like, confused in your mind, like, there's a way out of that, you know? And for me, like, I was so confused in my relationship whether I should stay or go. And for me, I had to say, the question is, why did my husband leave? That's not the question. The question is, why didn't I leave sooner, right? So that's where my focus is going to lie. And, like, having the ability to say, you know what, it's been really painful in the past. It's really painful in the present, and I fucking know it's going to be painful in the future. And I refuse to think anything else. And, like, I deserve more. My daughter deserves more. And, like, for me to say that out loud is big because I had a huge self-confidence issue. And, like, the confidence that I have gained from you all and from Tony Robbins, the event, from everything. It's been truly incredible. And, like, if I can do an exercise with you guys real quick, this is what a Tony Robbins coach did with me the other day, and it made me so certain about everything in my life that I was doing. And especially jumping on a call this early in the morning, like, it just, so I don't know about you guys, but when I get off this call, I'm like high. I'm like, I feel so good, right? And, like, Yali was asking how much we would pay. I would pay hundreds for this call. I love this call. It does something for me that other calls don't do. And, like, I'm sure we can all agree on that level that, like, we would pay a lot of money for these calls because they're important and they motivate us and it's different. And, you know, I don't know, there's an energy on the call that I can feel and I know you can feel. And I know it's hard to do this, but if you can picture in your mind, because it's all about visualization, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, I discovered that, you know, I was creating my reality, that literally every thought that I had created my reality. And once I realized that, man, I started to manifest all kinds of things. And I'm not just talking about little things, manifesting like seeing a person I knew. I'm talking about manifesting a ticket to the UPW that's coming up in March. I'm talking about manifesting a place to have my first event for free. I'm talking about manifesting help. I mean, what you would stagger yourself if you realized how powerful your mind was right now. If you believe that you are powerful, I'm telling you, stuff starts to happen. And, like, I really had to go there in my mind and say, you know what? I am just going to put all my energy and all my focus on me and my reality and my dreams and my passions and my goals, okay? And because your mind can't tell the difference. Isn't this such a cool fact? Your mind cannot tell the difference between you vividly imagining something and something actually happening. How cool is that? I can't get over that. That's amazing. So you close your eyes. You picture yourself on a roof with a cape flying off your back. Your hands are on your hips. You got a big S on your chest. Like, what do you think that does for your self-confidence? Like, it might sound silly, but I'm telling you, that voice in my head, that little voice that would say I couldn't, you won't, it's not going to happen. You're always going to be at this dead-end job in this tube. That voice that would attack me each day is quiet. It does not attack me. And if it does, I stomp it out. I literally stomp out that voice. I only talk nice to myself now. And, like, I know we all have those inner doubts, that inner fear that can grip us, right? I refuse to let it grip me anymore. I have too much support. I have too mumuch going for me. I almost feel like I'm on one of those belts at the airport, like, you can't beat me. I'm just going too fast. You know what I mean? I'm in the fast lane towards my dreams and my goals and helping people and success. And, like, I want to be with as many people like you all as possible because you all, like, lift me up. You all are the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. And like, Yali, I'm sorry to, like, put some of the focus on you, but, like, you're trying to create this community, and, like, I just feel like I'm just around the right people at the right time for the right reasons for the first time in my life. And I can't even explain. Like, it's emotional to me because I'm so grateful. And, like, Tony Robbins says that when you're grateful, when you think about things that you're grateful for, and even if you can't think of one thing that you're grateful for, be grateful for your breath. Be grateful you can take breath, that you can smile. Be grateful for that. And it gets rid of the fear. It gets rid of everything else. When you're grateful, you feel different. You have different experiences when you're grateful. More things to be grateful for come in your life. So for me, every morning, I picture one thing that I'm grateful for. And for me, it's that when I get off this call, I can run upstairs and go snuggle my little girl to wake her up. Like, that's love. That's pure joy, and that's pure love to me. And I am just in a place where I am visualizing. And I believe that everyone, if you're not visualizing in the morning, you're missing out. Because that's where it is. Whatever you do daily in the morning, your daily habits that you do every day makes you who you are, right? So, like, for me, visualizing just for 5 minutes. I visualize when I'm on the train to work, and I visualize myself. It's amazing. But that's all I have. I'm sorry. I know I probably took a lot of time. I guess it's exciting to me to talk about all this stuff, and I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about it as well.
Woo! Let's give Carolyn a round of applause, first of all. Let's start with that.
Yay,
Carolyn. Incredible. Thank you so much for that. I have to tell you guys a secret. I was listening to the call. I was muted, and I was closing my eyes, and during your speaking about it, I was visualizing myself in different situations, and I was screaming of happiness. I was like, literally like, woo! The whole call. You had me flying there, so thank you so much for that. Thank you. It's a great reminder. I mean, I have a lot of things that I do in the morning in my ritual, and I have a part of my ritual at night is to visualize, but I have to tell you, something opened up for me from you speaking right now. And when you said Superman, it kind of like I went to the visualizing from a different perspective. Like, first of all, it had more power for me. So anything I visualized after that sentence became more vivid for me. And that's like a great technique. It's a great one. Thank you for that. That really opened my eyes out to a new way of approaching that. And maybe moving it to the morning instead of the evening. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, you're awesome.
Thanks, Carolyn. That was awesome. And one of the things I thought of when you were talking, and I grabbed my journal notebook from Dallas, and when one of the things he was talking about, the quality of our life is directly related to the quality of our emotions and the emotional state that we live in, and that period where we had to write down, the emotions that we live in mostly during the week. And that's been something, I've been to UPW 4 times, so I'm pretty seasoned with the information, but each time I've been in a different state in my life. So now it's become really acutely aware to me all the time, and it's just become who I am. And I've become so aware of my emotional state and being intentional about what I choose and what I focus on, like what we talked about yesterday. And I remembered, I was looking for the page, where did I write that down? And I remember when we took that, remember we did the Wonder Woman pose? Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was talking about the radical biochemical change, and it's so weird when you go into that state of that pose, the testosterone is up, the cortisol is down, and you get in this state of taking more risk. And it changes, you have a biochemical change. And I was like Yali, I wasn't on mute, but I was just like biting my lip. and I was feeling everything you said. And I'm just saying to myself, biting my lip, yes. And I went and got my notebook, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And I'm so with you on that. I love Katana. True. It's so true. And I've just become that person now. I do that all the time. I don't have to work at it so much. The more you do it, like you said, that I don't know. Did you memorize that entire thing that you
I memorized it.
I memorized it. That's impressive. I struggle with that. I mean, I struggle with memorizing a Bible verse. That's 1/3 the length of that. And so you gave me some inspiration.
If there's something you want to memorize, it's that.
Seriously.
I was biting my lip, and I yelled at my language to myself. I'm like, just shut up. That's not true. It's bullshit. I can memorize that why. If my why is important, I'll fucking memorize it. And just like I wrote on the page the other day, initially when I found out about the calls, I'm like, oh, great. Well, Arizona's freaking 5 a.m. Well, that's great for you guys, but it's freaking 5 a.m. for me. That sucks because sometimes I just want to sleep in. Well, whatever. Excuses, bullshit, doesn't matter. And over time, every time I would get on the call, my why just got bigger. And now it's just becoming who I am, and I want to be on the call, and I want to do it. So my why just needs to be bigger to memorize that. But anyway, what I wanted to share was I remembered when we struck that pose of the Wonder Woman, I'm like, wow, that's interesting, because I know how our the triad with our physical part, the physical part of that, changing your body and the movement of your body is important. But also, Carolyn, and I totally support you in what you're going through, and I'm right there with you. You know that. just to remind you of that physical part of what you're talking about, like physically walk with that energy, stand with that energy, move with that power. You know what I mean? Not just the focus and the language, but the body part of it. And anyway, so that's my plug for today. That really struck me. And they said it before. I've been at UPW before, but each time you go, because you're in a different place in your life, something else hits you, and you just get more and more and more of it as a part of your daily life, and it becomes just naturally what you do. Like I'm naturally now freaking making my bed. That's pretty cool. my morning ritual is becoming my habit, and so being in the triad has become my habit. Being aware of my emotional, physical, and all of that together, being aware of that emotional house that I live in and what emotions that I choose to focus on, and the minute one shitty one comes in, I quickly exit that out. And I'm really fast about it now, where it used to take longer. I'd sit in it for, I know, but he hurt me, and I'd sit in my sadness, and I'm like, all right. So I used to say, all right, I'll give it 24 hours, that's it, I'm going to be done with it, no more. Now, it literally exits my brain in 2 seconds. Fuck that bullshit, I switch it out. Heather talked about yesterday, you can choose to just change that focus, and you quickly switch that focus over. So that's kind of where I'm at with all that. But anyway, that's what I thought was the physical part of that Wonder Woman deal. And I love what you shared. You're awesome. I love you. And I support you. And everyone on this call, you're just my heroes. You're all my freaking heroes. Peace out.
That's an amount.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Who else wants to share?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Shannon. This is my first phone call, and I thought, well, I'm really tired because I didn't sleep last night, but maybe I'll lay down and listen to the call. But now I'm completely fired up. I forgot I didn't sleep last night. Yes, my bed's made.
Wow.
Ready to wash the dog, try and get out and get started early today. So thank you, all fired up. And I need to figure out, I didn't memorize that speech while you were saying it, Carolyn, so where can we find it?
No problem. I'll post it at the end of the call today. It's a Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins makes everyone who works for him memorize it. And I stole it.
Okay, well, I'm going to steal it also. I'm going to steal it and copy it illegally and own it. So that's all I have. Thank you guys so much. I'm feeling a little sorry for myself because I've missed so many calls, but I can change that now.
Oh, shit, yes, you can.
Yes, we're
yes,
on
I can.
Monday
You are on
Friday.
this call.
All right, I'll be here every day, and thank you guys so much, and that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's so good hearing from you. Who else wants to share with us? We have a few more minutes before we wrap up the call. Come on, superheroes.
Carolyn Raffel has. I really appreciated your comments, your enthusiasm, and for years been listening to Tony Robbins, and you described being a super woman. Sometimes there's supermen out here too that when life hits them, when you stand up, and I remember years back Tony Robbins talking about when you stand tall and erect, you cannot be depressed, you cannot be down. So
right.
It's something I know very well, that when life happens, you can change your destiny by focusing on standing straight and tall and being that super person, and
right.
And then all of a sudden that challenge that you're going through is less of a challenge, because you've like Superman, you got a hold of it and you're going to control it and you're going to get it back on target. So outstanding message. Thank you.
Totally agree. That's kind of what I was saying, is that physical part of it is so important.
And you guys, you know how I am. I mean, Ralph, I don't know if you see me, but like I'm like 5'1". I'm like this little thing. But if you saw me on the street, I would look 10 stories tall because I literally walk down the street and I'm visualizing a cape off my back flying. Like I'm doing it right now at home. I'm not even teasing you. I'm walking around. Like this is who I am now. Like I can't go back to beating myself up. I love what the girl said who said this is her first call. By the way, that's a courage to say that, you know, you've been procrastinating getting on the calls. But I love what you said. You said you're on now, right? So that's where your focus should be because our voice in our head tells us that we should put ourselves down. Our voice in our head said, oh, man, this is my first call. I haven't been on the other calls. I've been procrastinating. No, you're on this call. You're a good person. You're Superwoman. Like, that's how I see everyone now. Like, I'm seeing everyone with these amazing bright lights within them, and I want to make everyone shine like I feel like I'm shining. And I know that might sound silly, but like while I was on the call with you guys, I'm in Philadelphia, I got to see the sunrise, and it's like emotional for me because it's so powerful. We have so much power. It literally, if you just stopped the noise in your mind with all the stuff you have to do today, and you took 1 minute to take a deep breath and just realize that every choice you make matters. Like everything you think about matters. Like it's stunning. It's amazing. It really is.
What we think about, we bring about.
Boom.
Yeah, that is awesome. All right, Carolyn, you want to say a few things to wrap up the call before we celebrate? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. You want to say some final words around your subject before we celebrate?
Yeah, I want to. This is really for me because I'm going through like a separation/divorce. So I've been saying something to myself every morning. Making the decision is crucial, and not going back on your decision is paramount. Tony Robbins says that, and that. When people walk away from you, let them go. Your destiny is never tied to anyone who leaves you, and it doesn't mean they are bad people. It just means that their part in your story is over. Tony McClellan says that. And that's it.
I have a question, Caroline, really quick. So when you memorize that, what is your strategy or game plan to do that? How do you do that?
I do it in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I go to my mirror and I start banging on my chest and I say, I can, I will, and I must fulfill my destiny to live my life to my full potential. Katana, I had to memorize it because I didn't believe it. I had to memorize it because I wanted to believe it.
The process of you memorizing it, you just took chunks at a time?
I said it 400 times in one day, and then all of a sudden I started to say it without needing to look at the paper. So I said it literally 400 times in one day once. Imagine how powerful I felt after that day.
So you say repetition, just the repetition of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, just the repetition for it. And, like, I did it when I was on the train, like, coming home from work. And, like, I don't care if people thought I was crazy or not. Like, I'd be saying it out loud. People were probably looking at me like, this crazy girl, you know. And I'm like, I can, I will. You know?
We wouldn't think you're crazy. We would just say, yes.
I know, you guys are probably doing me.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I just want to end with us doing a little bit of power breaths just to get ready for this day. So everybody, if you can get comfortable for a second, close your eyes. Take one deep breath, exhale. Take another deep breath and exhale. We're going to do a few power breaths just because I think we can prepare to be superheroes this day, and we'll do this really quickly. So put your hands up, shoulder height, and get ready to take 30 fast breaths in and out of your nose, just like we did at UPW. And when we finish that, we'll go another time and another time. Okay, let's do that. Close your eyes and go. When you're done, just take one deep breath in. Exhale. And get ready to go again. 1, 2, 3, go.
Good morning, it's Scott.
You can inhale and exhale and say hi to Scott real quick.
Hi, Scott.
And get ready for another one.
Hi, Scott. Hi.
1, 2, 3, and go. And this time when you're done, put your hands on your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel that strength that you have in your body. And I want you to think of the superhero that you are. Imagine whatever cape it is or whatever it is that you're wearing. I want you to sit up straight like a superhero would. And as you do, and as you see yourself in your superhero attire, I want you to look at the world in front of you. And I want you to think of the impact that you're committed on making. I want you to tell yourself, this is who I am. No matter what happens, no matter what I'm told, no matter what my past was, no matter what my head tells me, this is who I am. And this is what I'm committed to being. And it starts now. And I want you to celebrate that and say yes. Yes! Say yes!
Oh, man. Awesome. Yes.
Say yes one more time. Yes!
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, man. Make the sound of unstoppable intensity. All right, you guys. Have an incredible day. You can rock yourselves, your bodies out, and dance a little bit before you leave. Just rock to the music.
You guys are all superheroes. I love you. Have a great day.
Have an outstanding day.
Y'all have an awesome day.
Yeah, y'all too. See y'all tomorrow.
Bye, guys.